Welcome back, another episode. The truth about Gabriel Delitzsch was revealed, and D.I. Hobbs now knew who he really was. She learned that he was employed by Dumas, a private contractor who owned the Telkes company. Gabriel may have been engaged in the train attacks planning, according to D.I. Hobbs, but she was awaiting French embassy approval before she could arrest him. Albert jumped in at this point and suggested that he could take action to lift his immunity and demonstrate in court that the arrest was legal given that he was being held accountable for the train incident. Gabriel was being pursued by them, and D.I. Hobbs ordered them to arrest him. He evaded the English officers' attempts to apprehend him and came close to escaping. Toby Gleason presided over a meeting that Richard, Alison, and everyone else engaged in the investigation attended near the end of Liaison's second episode. Delitzsch was allegedly implicated in the plot, but there was no solid evidence for this. The governments of France and Britain had no idea who was responsible for the assaults. Samir was last spotted traveling to Dunkirk on a Megaline coach, and Walid was still in the hospital, suggesting that neither of them were involved in the incident. Gabriel also lacked any solid clues that would have allowed him to identify the criminals with certainty. As everyone was essentially in the dark, all they could do was fortify their fortifications and hold out hope that they would be able to manage the situation better the next time. Because their current cybersecurity was insufficient to thwart such a large-scale attack, Alison suggested that they upgrade it and contact the European Union for assistance. Toby vehemently opposed the plan, but Richard reassured him that even though he was close to the Prime Minister, he would be making the final decision about security. Alison was tasked by Richard to travel to Brussels and bargain with the European Union. He instructed her to meet Sabina Laison, who would be able to assist her further. Didier learned that the English government intended to once again enter the European Cybersecurity Agency, and realized he couldn't allow it to happen. Fortunately, he knew Sabina very well, and it appeared that they had a son together and had had quite an intimate relationship in the past. Didier was a covert person, and even though he didn't explain to Sabina why he didn't want her to allow the UK to sign a deal with the European Union, we know that he undoubtedly had some other reasons and wasn't acting in his country's best interests. Samir's whereabouts were discovered by both Gabriel and UK government agents, and in later episodes of Liaison, we would witness them attempting to take him into jail. Although Gabriel still had the pen drive with him, he knew that it was useless until Samir gave it to him and revealed the password. Although it was still unclear who was responsible for the attack, it seemed possible that Didier might know something very important. It's likely that a third party was involved, but the French and British governments were ignorant of it. Nobody was aware that Alison had an affair with Gabriel in the past or that she had divulged to him information that may have subjected her to treason charges, at least not under the United Kingdom dictatorship. We'll soon find out if she maintains a strict separation between her personal and professional lives or if, as a result of her proximity to Gabriel, she ends up posing a security risk to the country. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe our channel.